There seems to be this expectation that we need to find a purpose as soon as we can, that we need to figure out very fast what our passion is, that out there's one thing that we're good at and that we love, that we should just pursue no matter what. As exams are approaching, that means I'm having less classes, and now I have more time to myself, more time to reflect. And I've been feeling stuck. I feel like there's too many options out there and so many things I want to do. I have this constant feeling that I'm choosing wrong and that this is going to eventually lead to my life falling apart. I've been living alone now for almost 2 years. Let me tell you, it's been a journey. Adulting is very complicated. There are so many more choices that you need to make on the daily. And even in uni now, where you kind of have to guide yourself through your studies and more actively choose what to study. Journaling has been so helpful throughout this journey. I've always been someone that loves writing, and getting my thoughts on paper, it's been so beneficial to start learning more about myself, and it has allowed me to discover that I'm actually quite lost. And that's because before, there wasn't a need for me to choose what to do. At school, the teachers would lay out the curriculum. At home, my parents would lay the ground rules. And it's not that during this time I didn't know what to do, but that others were making those choices for me, and I allowed them to make them. I was never denied the freedom to try new hobbies, or disencouraged to pursue what I wanted to try next. That was not the problem for me. The problem was that I never actually chose the things I liked. Because what if I failed? What would others think of me? I didn't want to try something different or something that I actually wanted to try, because I wanted to live up to people's expectations of me. But I've come to realize that I was never gonna find myself if I kept basing my choices about what others thought of me or what I thought they were thinking of me. I became tired of forcing to be interested in topics and hobbies, which I knew deep down that I didn't like. No one tells you this, but you don't choose your passions. In a way, your passions choose you. And the more you explore, the more you try new things, the more you allow yourself to fail, the answer will become clearer to you. We need to realize that we have to shift our mindset around what passion truly is and what purpose really means to us. You will never get that answer from others. That answer can only come from you. Each and every one of you have strengths and weaknesses, but we often want to focus on our weaknesses and try to make them the center of our life. That if we somehow improve them and make them disappear, that our passions will just suddenly show themselves. Instead, we need to focus on our strengths to do this. And I'm not saying that you should stop trying to improve yourself. Trying to minimize your weaknesses isn't a bad thing. But when it's the whole focus of your journey in life, that's when you lose yourself. The more I tried to improve my weaknesses only, the less energy I had. It was draining me because I never felt good enough. I felt like I was always failing, like I couldn't improve. I've been told many times that I'm good at writing. And I used to say thank you and appreciate people that told me that. But I never believed it. I would smile and nod, but never internalize it. I actually developed a fear of others reading my writing because I was afraid that if the one that I read was not good enough, then they would see me differently, and that writing would no longer be something I'm good at. So instead of focusing on what I'm good at and trying to improve that, I eventually stopped writing for fun. What was my biggest strength back then became my biggest insecurity. And years went like that, from me trying to play it safe, of me doing exactly what others expected of me, of never truly finding what I'm passionate at.
So I've been drinking this for almost 3 months now. Here's my review, guys. I love this. Like, AG1 sponsor me because I love this. And then I also put this vitamin D and vitamin K. My experience has been very positive. I have a lot of energy. Apart from AG1, I also take omega-3s, extra calcium and vitamin D. And then just for funsies, I have this hair and nail one. Otherwise, like, everything I need is right here. I would recommend it. Again, this is not sponsored yet. I've seen people mix it in their smoothies and their oatmeal. So you can do that, but I just chuck it and get it over with, and it's fine. Let me drink this and then let's go have breakfast because we have a very busy day because we have an exam. Cheers to that. Let's have breakfast now.
Did you know that passion is actually contagious? That surrounding yourself with people that have found that one thing that sparks their life, that gives them energy, somehow also gives you energy to go and find out for yourself. This was a huge eye-opener for me because as soon as I joined my university and was surrounded by people with different passions, that the urge to find mine suddenly came back. It made me realize one thing: I would rather die of passion than of boredom. I wanted to stop feeling like I was not good enough, like I was constantly failing, and go out there and discover myself instead. I realized that I no longer wanted to be stuck in the same place of people pleasing, of comparison, and in a negative mindset about myself. So I decided to just start small, start trying new hobbies, small things here and there. And like that, I stumbled upon cooking. Before, I had been so afraid of actually trying to cook anything for myself. I was the girl that had burned pasta water and whose cake had always exploded in the oven somehow. And all of these failures just reinforced that cooking was just not for me and that I should just stop trying. But this time it was different when I started. I don't know what it was, but I just decided that this time I was gonna just keep going. And I think the main reason is because I stopped seeing my failures as outcomes that were telling me that I was never gonna get good at cooking. And I started embracing them and seeing them as learning experiences. And slowly but surely, I started improving. The more and more I did it, the more I wanted to keep going. The more I wanted to try new recipes. I would get inspired by different people and eventually start creating my own little recipes. Despite many failures, even during the later stages of my journey, I still love how it made me feel. I would enter this flow state of just me and the kitchen. And then I wanted to share this with others. I wanted my passion to be contagious to others. I wanted others to realize sooner than I did that instead of fearing failure when we're trying new things, we should be afraid of not trying. That is important, especially at the start when we try new things, to keep going for a while because it takes time. We crave this dopamine instantly, but it's only the ones that we work hard on that become passions. And then with that, we can get our energy back, ourselves. Despite all that I had learned, I still was afraid to show myself. Cooking was something I tended to just do on my own. And no one around me really knew that I liked doing this. It was kind of like a little secret, I guess. Because I was still afraid of showing myself to the world and being my authentic self, I decided to get uncomfortable and start sharing myself more. So I pick up my phone, press the record button, and just let go. I just went for it. I edited a video, created an account, put it the video, and clicked upload. And then it just became a spiral. I loved it. Don't get me wrong, it was super scary pressing that button. But after it, I felt this energy inside me being created. And this crave to go out there and do the next one already. It was happening again. I found another passion. Another creative outlet for me to be the best version of me. After the first video, I just kept going. I learned by watching others. I taught myself how to edit and how to film. I found the best resources that I could. Tried my best to learn from as many sources as possible. The fears and doubt never went away. They shifted and morphed. But the thing is, this time I chose to ignore them. Guys, we're gonna go somewhere very exciting. Let's see how good this is. This tofu is very good and it's cheaper than the tofu that I usually buy, so I love my tofu. I pressed forward because I realized that they actually hold no weight, but if we allow them to, if we listen to them and internalize them, that's when we feel like we have no passion left. That we feel like failures and like we're never good enough. The thing is that in the beginning stages, you are going to fail. You'll need to be bad in order to be good. And it's okay, because this allows room and freedom to explore and try new things, to readjust. We often want to start something perfectly from the get-go. What you have to realize is that sometimes you just have to start without it being perfect. Even sometimes still being afraid of even beginning. But know that while you do it, you can reassess, and the reasons why you started will change. But that's what keeps things exciting. At the start, new things can sometimes be very exciting, but this can wear off, and this is where the process of uncertainty and fear kick in. So guys, we're gonna try this dessert that we got yesterday. We're gonna put a bit of everything. Tastes a bit like
coffee kind of. I like the outer layer, not so much the chocolate. And the mango is not too strong. I mean, a 6 out of 10, I think. I put it also in my yogurt bowl because I just had to. I need to put everything into yogurt bowl, so we're gonna see how it tastes. I mean, the texture is not giving a lot, but not bad. Not bad. Also, I cut some apples because I love having fruit for breakfast, so I needed something. And lately I've been craving a lot of apples, so today is grocery day, so I have to go do that. Ready to go shopping?
We all come to a point where, in our passions, we begin to become more insecure about them. We feel this pressure that we constantly need to do better. Whatever video I had uploaded, the next one needed to be even better. The next cake I baked needed to be even fluffier. And the thing is, these pressures were not put by anyone else than me. I thought that this is what was expected of me, and that therefore I should never feel stuck. But in the past, this is the point where I would stop doing what I was doing and not follow through my passions, or allow myself to explore them further. But this time, it was different. I knew that this time it had to be different. This meant that I had to give it a new level of focus from day one. And your passion doesn't have to be something new and innovative. It can be small, and it's okay not to always be making huge progress. We have to stop and realize that the small little victories count for so much more. We have to be grateful for them as much as our big accomplishments, because in the end, both of them make the whole journey worth it. We worry too much on the end product, and that's when we can lose sight of our why. And it is when you don't have a why that you stop. When this happened to me, I decided to take some time to think and reflect. It was here that I realized that I had started to compare my day 1 to someone's day 100. Essentially, why I thought I was losing motivation was because I started losing sight of my why. And this led me to doubt myself. Taking some time off really helped. And recently, something like this happened to my passion for cooking. Somehow, I wasn't motivated to do it anymore. But this whole week, where I had more time to myself, I don't know how or what sparked it again, but I suddenly wanted to be 24/7 in the kitchen experimenting with new recipes. I was finding inspiration from others, so motivating to explore new flavors and new ways of improving my own skills. I thought that finding your passion, like many things we think about, was a linear process. That you start from the bottom, and after that, the only way is up. When in reality, finding your passion is like a wave. But this wave moves upwards and not downwards. It fluctuates around this line, and we need to realize that that's perfectly fine. There will be times where you will only want to do that one thing that sparks you joy. And then suddenly you will feel like you no longer resonate with that. Reminder that The only constant thing in life is change. So it's okay for you to change and try new things and new passions. It's okay for you to have many passions. You don't need to subscribe to only one thing to define who you are. You are a complex combination of so many things, and that's what makes you unique. It is not that you have one passion, but it is the fact that you have many. It's the fact that no one has the same combinations of things that interest them like you do. I love cooking and baking, and I love helping others. And YouTube has allowed me to do both of them. In a weird way, YouTube has also then become my passion. So I hope this has inspired you to stop trying to minimize yourself and allow yourself room to grow. To go out there and explore your passions, and to realize that you can find yourself too.
Can't believe that I get to see those eyes for more than tonight. Swear you must have fell from the sky. I feel so lucky I met you.